Alright folks, welcome back once again. This is Big Willie coming to you with a little action from Dawnbreaker here to start with the Littlebird. And in today's episode I want to talk about the different loadouts available for the Littlebird and a little bit of a comparison for the differences between the rockets, the miniguns, the heat seekers versus the laser guided, and what have you. Now, some of the key differences is really has to do with accuracy, power, and what have you. Now, here we go. I'm picking these guys off the roof early on in this first gameplay. And here's the minigun, putting it to use against the infantry. Really, these guys don't have much of a chance at all. And it's basically like shooting fish in a barrel here early on. Now, I decided to leave this third guy alone and move on. And continue on. Now, bear with me, this is all ad-lib commentary, folks. Just keeping pressure on these guys and moving in for the kill when I can. Not getting too greedy and just trying to stay alive to live to fight another day. Now, once again, the minigun can really take these guys out fast, but at the same time it can be frustrating. Now, here's where I like the minigun. I'm able to turn on this guy and just put him to bed without really much of a resistance. Now, as you can see me toggling views, it's something I like to do, especially even in combat, and there it pays off. Very, very simple equation, folks, where I put this guy in position for the kill. He uses the noob tube to blast that clown. Now here we go, moving ahead. The heat seekers now. These things can be extremely advantageous when you have an enemy chopper in position. And here's a perfect example where I utilize them to my advantage and basically just drive this clown into the side of the building. And evasive flying, it just moving ahead once again. I clipped this footage somewhat to make it fit with another series. But here we are, just applying pressure, heat seekers, minigun. Once again, it's just not much these guys can do against it. I did have to edit out. Here we come against some infantry. Like I said, I'm trying to fit two gameplays into one episode so that I can pair the minigun heat seeker loadout versus the cannon laser guided loadout, which will be coming up next. Now, here we go once again. Just like I said, there can't be enough said for the miniguns. This guy really hardly knows what's his him. I mean, not even a chance. I just leave him in the dust. Now, folks, it's not hard, but it's a simple equation. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Keep it steady, stay calm, and engage your targets. Here I go. This guy pops, and I stay in pursuit. Now, I have my choice of options here. Now, I want to just choose to dispatch this clown. I choose to take just the easy way. I put a couple quick ones on him and then finish him off with the miniguns. I mean, folks, what can I say? I know I make it look easy, but you have to understand it really isn't. But if you follow my simple rules, here we go, finishing up on this particular sequence of events. I clean this guy up, catch his buddies off guard, take out the beacon, and on to the next. Now I take a rocket and I end up staying alive, and here's where we switch clips to take a look at my comparison on the miniguns versus the cannons. Now in this particular map, which is my next gameplay, okay, I'm using your laser guided and I'm using your cannons. Now this is a totally different approach. In this approach, I'm not looking to go after the choppers like I did in the previous gameplay. In this approach, I'm looking to sniff out the infantry, and I'm looking to sniff out the vehicles on the ground. Alright, folks, it's a very simple equation. Like I said, I'm playing it safe, I'm staying back in my lane, and I'm just letting the vehicle do the work. You know, very simple, flying easy, flying low, putting pressure on these clowns. Now here we go with the cannons. Just like I say, I just can't say enough. I mean, please, these things do damage against these clowns. Cleaning up, I mean, it's like shooting fish in a barrel at this point. Now, like I said, making it look easy, this and that, but practice and just talent has taken me to this point now. In this particular position, it's also smarts. It's just intuition and knowing to stay back and to stay tight to your targets and don't get too greedy. Now here I come in and I engage these guys a little bit, knowing it's not a great idea. It gets a little dicey. I put some pressure on these guys regardless though. I mean, you have to be aggressive if you're going to be successful. And here we go. I'm getting back into what got me to where I started, which was against the infantry. Back to this particular loadout and where it shines. It's keeping it simple. And here we go. A lot of evasive flying though, because these jets are brutal. They're trying to ram me, okay? And I'm staying alive. Now I do edit out a little bit of footage, but it's mostly continuous gameplay, as you can see here. Evasive flying and just keeping it smart. Now here's a position where it's just going to be me or him. And I know if I don't clean up this guy, he's going to take me out. So I gladly follow up with the cannons and proceed to dispatch him. Now continuing on, like I said, this loadout is deadly. And I can't say enough for what it can do against these infantry and against these ground vehicles. It dispatches them fast and you can move on to the next target. Perfect example coming up here, you know, just strafing the objective and putting these clowns to rest. Quick and efficient, and you know, I almost feel bad about it a little bit, but you know, I got to make my footage for you people to see what it is to succeed and how to use these weapons to your advantage. Now here we go, just showcasing what this exactly what these cannons can do and what the laser guided can do. You know, staying alive, popping my jammer, and just continuing on. Now the spawn points rack up as you stay alive as well. Now these guys are putting a lot of pressure. I continue to stay alive. I rep where I can. Now I wanted to talk a little bit too about what it means for your being careful of letting your squad mates spawn on you. Okay, because they will spawn on you and try to steal that chopper when you jump out and repair. So keep that in mind. If you see that they're dead, then try to be careful about your decisions. Now here we go, moving in on this guy, dropping the hammer. Okay, no chance, and just staying alive. Like I said, in and out, getting mine, and then keeping it moving. You know, some call it greed, call it bloodthirst, call it what you will, but it's just part of who I am as a battlefield player. I just can't get it out of my blood. Now here we go, putting a little pressure on the enemy Littlebird. Now, like I said, the miniguns, this is a good sequence leading into a transition where I have to reset my clip, my video. But here we go, watch this, folks. I'm putting pressure on this guy with the cannons, all right? Now I get the disabled, and I'm hurting too, so I bail, knowing he doesn't have a rep man, okay? I bail, all right, and keep it moving to the point where he's chasing me. Now he does have a guy in there with him. I get the double, okay, just on the disable. Now I pull up to rep here, folks, and I'm going to switch over as I reset my clip. Now I'm in the same spot I've repped. I'm still on this plateau. I'm actually still coming back to health. Here's where I see smartly chose not to jump out, because that guy would have stolen the pilot seat, and that's what he was looking to do. Going back to that train of thought, folks, of being careful when and where you jump out to repair. Now, getting back to the cannons, I just can't say enough of these cannon, folks. They are deadly, they are accurate, and they are advantageous against these infantry and against these vehicles. Now, flying low, popping the jammer, and staying alive is going to lead me to be able to fight another day. Getting back to it, this guy's clowning around here in my spawn, trying to put a little pressure on us, and I choose to make the conscious decision not to let that happen. Now you got to be careful in a position like this. He's got the RPG and he's looking to get me, but you know, I just put him to rest and keep it moving. Now here we go, moving across, really showcasing what these cannons and laser guided can do against the vehicle now. Putting the hurt on this guy. Bam, there's one laser guided. I decide to reset and put another one on him, okay? Now I know he's hurt. I'm going to move in for the kill with the cannons. Now it's just quick and efficient and I get it done. Now once again it was either him or me and I made it happen. Coming to the end, folks. Here's just a little quick shot on what these cannons can do against the infantry and what it means to stay alive. Now it's talking about staying alive. Here's a quick one where I get a little bit close and manage to scoot out. And moving on, just wrapping this up, folks. I want to show what it is one last time, okay, to be able to put pressure on these clowns. And there it is, crowning this guy and just staying alive, folks. To live and to fight another day is what I do. It's how I thrive. And once again, it's Big Willie. It's been a pleasure, and come back and check with me on the next time.